Hello there, this is Swift, bringing you a game from the most plain Jane of maps. This is like, it's Calderus Refinery. It's kind of like the Weetabix of maps. It's the shredded wheat of maps. It's like the rich tea biscuit of maps. It's been around forever. It's incredibly plain, and no one hates it. No one really loves it though, you know? It's kind of just like, when you got nowhere else to go, you go to Calderus. And here we have Wingblade, the Dutchman himself, the Flying Dutchman, playing as the Inquisitor, and SpaMar007, playing as this Techmarine. I mean, if it couldn't get any plainer, look at the colour scheme. It is pretty plain. Lots of browns and beiges and greys. Whoever made this map, well, you know, I guess they did a good job, but it's not the most interesting. But I guess that's not what you really need. You need maps that produce consistent games, and Calderus is one of the more interesting in its design, I guess, and that it works in 3 game modes, which is pretty rare. These guardsmen having some luck peeling off a scout model at the start, but just kind of stalling right now as these tactical marines close to engage for melee and really just need to be thinking about getting out of there right now. The Techmarine even coming in to lend his help, but the Inquisitor meanwhile is taking this VP. There's some sneaky guardsmen. He probably was going to try and go for the burn on it, but he's putting this turret down, and kind of ballsy, but I guess we will see if it works out for Wingblade. Right now he's just kind of playing around the Techmarine, knowing that he can't win the ranged fights. And I think it's definitely working. These double attacks are a little bit slow, and he actually could have got the cap on the power node and then built it. So I'm not sure quite what he was trying to do here, whether he wanted SpaMar to spend the resources. He probably doesn't know that the turret's bugged, but I guess he will have figured it out by now. He really needs to be not shooting at it, because... Ooh! Interesting early power purchases. He's gone for the 3 guardsmen, and then Rosarius on the... what the flipping heck that's called? The Holy Brazier. We're going to call it the Burninator. It does burninate. Nice little tracer effect as she specials, but she's going to need to get out of there. She's run out of energy. And right now this turret is actually quite badly positioned, so I think Wingblade's idea here was very solid, but his execution of the idea didn't quite work out in the end. He's bringing in these guardsmen, but now there's this mastercrafted bolt gun. It's absolutely not going to work. I like the way he's using his red rounds, because red ones will do more damage, of course. I mean, they won't, but, you know, they look cool. I mean, this is the thing. Against IG, if there isn't a sentinel on the field, you might as well use those Kraken bolts whenever you like, because they look cool. You know, if your guys are firing cool bullets, you can't possibly lose if your guys are cool. So it's kind of an interesting looking colour scheme. Trying to work out where the chains come from, if they're like a normal thing. I feel like this is a recoloured scheme, but it might actually just be a default one. I've never seen the chains. Interesting. Shows you how much I play Space Marines. I quite like it though. Some Dark Angel chapter or something, probably. Some successor. I like the red guns. The red guns look nice. This Inquisitor getting pissed off. Her plasma gun is kind of shitty. Like, you'd think looking at it that, oh wow, she's got a plasma gun. That's pretty sick. But I think she'd be better off with a bolt pistol. Just because the bolt pistols in this game generally are better. This Vengeance Rounds Devastator is a decent bit to the node, but not quite. I think generally Devastators do more damage to nodes than in retail, and weirdly they just sort of stopped firing. I think he expected the guardsman to walk into the arc, or for the arc to be better. He's going for the cap. This is not a good idea. SpaMar, you need to stop, because these guardsmen actually could just have been shooting and they would have much more easily got a model off. They could even have got the kill. I mean, this Inquisitor right now could have tried to intercept the Devastators in their retreat path and might even have got a kill. And interestingly, we do have Catachan Devils, who immediately force off those tactical marines. So not like a huge power investment for Wingblade in tier 1, but neither is it for SpaMar. And I've just realised he lost his scouts. You don't need scouts, says max power. Oh, just trying to get a cheeky model kill, but doesn't quite. These Catachans just going after this power node. He'd probably do better off meleeing it, I think. I think the power melee will do more than those shotguns, but it's kind of a close call. Inquisitor not retreating, she's just relying on her energy regenerating fast enough. Wingblade, interestingly, you know, pulling off this Sentinel Light build, which I guess not such a terrible idea against someone like the Techmarine, who is pretty good at, you know, just DPSing down things like Sentinels, especially with double tacks. But it still can be a build particularly prone to bleed. There is something going on that top side. He does get them forced off, but he does lose the Inquisitor. Kind of surprised he didn't. Not sure what's going on here. It's kind of weird. What are these Devastators doing? I guess they're going to defend the power. Kind of weird though. He's just sort of stopped capping here. Not really sure why. But hey. And those Khadazar just denied that power bash. But these tactical marines not in a good spot right now. But generally the map control has been reasonably back and forth between Wingblade and SpaMar, and we see it's going to be the battle of the transports as the Razorback comes out for SpaMar and the Chimera comes out for Wingblade, which of course is a pretty classic choice. There have been rumblings lately in the IG sort of, I wanted to call it the stratosphere, you know, like the strategy sphere, but then I realised what the stratosphere is. But you know what, I like the word, the stratosphere. It's like the sphere where the strategy happens. So in the IG stratosphere there's been talk about, you know, chimera-less builds and how not to rely on the Chimera come tier 2. You know, doing things where you go sort of for the minimal number of guardsmen rather than, you know, double or triple guardsmen, heavy weapons teams. And then instead relying on things like Catachans. And here we see the Chimera coming out to greet the Razorback. I think in a 1v1 fight the Chimera would beat the Razorback, but it would be a very, very long fight and not really very interesting. Meanwhile, this Devastator squad is actually going to kill this Guardsman squad in melee, so he's got to be really careful. They've got the plasma guns. My god, I'm forgetting the name of everything right now. This Inquisitor being very naughty, going around capping everything. She's very naughty. And this Techmarine even trying to steal the power away from the Catachans, but I think he probably could have got the kill on the Techmarine if he'd just been paying attention. There's that little glitched wall that everyone loves. The two retreating commanders pass each other, wave hello, and go back to their respective bases. You know, they may have differences about how to interpret the Imperial Creed, but, you know, at least they're civil about it. And the Catachans without their leader, which I feel like is a bit of a missed opportunity right now. You know, it would be quite nice to have. But it's kind of interesting that we see basically just sort of no particular AV out. We do, of course, have Sternguard squad from SpaMar, which he will have upgraded one of his tac squads to. But overall, his play has been not terrible. It's been just static, really. Like he's definitely, you know, exploring the map a fair bit with this Razorback, of course. But it's generally been a little bit sort of static. And right now, he's just going around, sort of trying to hurt the economy of Wingblade, who, well, similarly, is taking down his power. So I guess it's fair enough. And he's gone for the plasma guns before he's gone for the commissars, which I guess, you know, makes sense. And is he gonna shoot? I guess he's focusing on this engagement. Looks like he's got the leader for the Catachan Devils. And he might be going to intercept right now, but the Inquisitor's been forced off. He's kind of got a little bit eager. There's a Dreadnought out, which is going to be pretty damn scary. Interestingly enough, of course, SpaMar hasn't moved his Devastators until now. Now that I mention it, he moves them, of course. Typical. And this amount of plasma fire is actually doing a decent amount. He's actually forced to use Blessings of the Omnissiah, which is interesting. Oh, unless he's repairing it with the Techmarine. Oh, that is cheeky. Oh, that's naughty. Oh, and that Melter taking out that Chimera there. Very unlucky for Wingblade. Okay, so this is actually a glitch where a repairing. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. They just. Wow, massive turnaround here for SpaMar. Wingblade just neutered back to 3 guardsmen and the Inquisitor. And no AV, with 2 vehicles running around on SpaMar's side. This is suddenly not looking very good. But, to go back to what I was saying, there is a glitch with the Techmarine where you can put him inside the Razorback whilst repairing, and he will continue to repair it forever, which I guess is, you know, tabletop accurate, given that the Techmarine can do that, but I think as far as gameplay goes, that's probably not very fun, just having a Razor Blacked. Oh, cheeky call in though from Wingblade. He's baiting out this Razorback here with these. Wow, very cheeky. He's actually going to get the kill on that. It's a nice Stormtrooper call in there, and you know, suddenly it's not looking quite so solid for SpaMar. He doesn't want to be fighting this fight though. What is he doing? Okay, just go and hide, get infiltrated. He's going to try and draw the Sternguard out, I imagine. Inquisitor applying the VP pressure again. He is actually behind on VPs. Don't drop the unit, Wingblade. Good. Oh, he's going to get cheeky IED kill. Maybe a couple models. Oh no, they actually don't retreat past it. It can be really difficult to tell sometimes which path, like, units will take. You know, it does look like that they would go this way, but you know, if you kind of flip the camera, you'll realize that there's actually a little area just here, which is kind of darker brown, which is actually impassable. So it was quicker to just go straight down. But when you look at it from this angle, everything looks pretty flat and similar. Inquisitor mostly just been relegated to capping duty, would explain why she's only level 1. And that Dreadnought missed. Nice one, Dreadnought.
I have captured it.
Move to cover at the pipes.
Your attacks are
Inquisitor finally forced off, and this Devastator squad have been used very strangely this game. You know, there's sort of the general consensus that IG struggle versus suppression teams, but it hasn't really been a problem because this Devastator squad have kind of not done a lot. The IED does go off and he loses the lead model on oh no, wait, he probably wouldn't have died there, right? No, he probably, that would have been from a previous fight. No, he's still alive. So it doesn't really do anything. It's kind of better to use them for ooh, that's not good. Better to use them on retreat, generally. He's probably going to lose another model. These guys need to get out of there. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do. But I guess it does hold up that Dreadnought for a bit. There is a cheeky IED placed down right now. I hate this. Oh, we could get a nice, beautiful knockback there on those models. It does get up to 2 models off them. Pretty nice. But I do hate this like structure here, because it is so unnecessarily placed. You know, it doesn't need to be this tall. And like the fact that if you're standing here and you're trying to shoot something that's over here, you have to like move the camera just to see it. It's not great. And it's a similar thing with these cranes. It's quite kind of annoying that they get in the way. And you can also click on them accidentally if like you click in the area that they cover. It's really something that Relic did not think about.
Sir, we're losing a victory point out there.
And Wingblade complains about Seraph Palace having one flagpole that covers a wreck point. And yet he'll play this map, which has literal cranes covering everything. Although I guess he wasn't complaining, because in this case it was favouring him. So, you know, SMH Wingblade, double standards. These guardsmen just kind of mostly being annoying. They haven't been participating in too many fights, and interestingly, as SpaMar goes tier 3, Wingblade gets another Chimera out, which could work. I guess we'll see. I'm not entirely sure about that though.
Sir, our advantage is slight.
But I guess we will find out.
Your reinforcements are here.
I mean, he does need it to keep up the pressure with the guardsmen, but it is really going to hinge on how he uses this guardsman. Oh god, what is... No, don't... No... Oh... Ooh.
Generator coming up.
Oh dear. That didn't need to happen.
Structure destroyed.
Uh-oh, Inquisitor.
Not attacking.
What are you doing? Get out. No, don't do that.
No doubt.
Could just... Please. What are you doing? You don't have any AV near.
Sir, the generator is online.
You're just gonna die.
Our
Why did you do that, Wingblade? Oh... Like, come on. I get this. He didn't realise this stuff was there.
reinforcements are here.
But, like, come on. You knew the Dreadnought was there. You knew it was there. And you still decided that you could get it. And Terminators here are the choice, interestingly. Would I have gone for Terminators? Probably, because I'm a complete idiot. I probably would just have bought some tier 3 scouts and said, yeah, this is a plan. Terminator's actually not really hitting that in melee, not sure what was going on there. But these Stern Guard move in for the cap. And this Dreadnought actually, whilst everything is a bit confused, these Stormtroopers just finish off the Dreadnought and the Scouts, so you know what? Maybe the Terminators were an alright purchase. And that Flamethrower is going to do some decent damage. Wow, actually some pretty stinky damage. Oh man, that's just... Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, they got to get inside. No, they didn't. So he does lose a guardsman squad there, though. These Terminators are looking extremely low. Somehow not dropping a model. The HP regen on them is absolutely fiendish, though. Look at the way their health is just flying up. They're gaining about 10 HP every second. So I think base Terminator regen is something like 3 HP per second. And of course that's on 3 models. Right now these Stormtroopers are stealing power because Wingblade literally cannot produce enough power by himself, so he's trying to vampire power away from SpaMar. And this Chimera kinda helping Wingblade out, sort of stay in the field, but in that whole kerfuffle he did lose the squad of guardsmen trying to get them inside, so you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows right now. SpaMar does get his point back, and he's still being incredibly defensive with this devastated Marine squad, which would be fine if he had them in a better location. Currently all they do is defend power, and I can kind of understand why, but you know, you're spending that much on a squishy squad to defend power. It doesn't quite seem right. Got to take a moment though to admire the Chimera's design. It is just like, I don't know, there's something really cool about it. There's like guns on the side and everything. So sick. And he does slowly move up, taking a bit back. And what is this Devastator squad doing? Oh no, they got set up the wrong way. That's not good. That can happen sometimes. It's not a fault of SpaMar. They post-retreat. Not sure he needed to retreat Stormtroopers. And he needs to be using his shield a bit more. This Inquisitor is kind of... she's not been the best that she could be. He actually hit the wrong model there, which is a little bit unfortunate. These Terminators turn up with their flamer, and oh, that is pretty disgusting right now. That way that their HP is just flying down. Not getting a huge amount of kills, but these guys are going to bleed Wingblade, who currently, his wrecking comes decent, but he doesn't have the resources.
They have 100 points, sir.
I mean, how much is a guardsman reinforce? It's like, what, 3 models for... I think it's like 13 rep. So it would take a lot of dead guardsmen to do it, but given how much HP the remaining models have, you've got to be careful. These Stormtroopers look like they're going straight for the cap, but they might find this Predator. These Terminators kinda... oh, they've found the Stormtroopers though, and despite the infiltration, that is not a good fight for them. Nasty. Only dropping 1 model, this Predator does come in, and there's nothing he can do. SpaMar could just go straight in. He's trying to path block with the Inquisitor, but he loses that Chimera. Very unfortunate passage of play there, and the Lehman does finally turn up for Wingblade. And these guys just trying to get the cap. Wingblade has been very good at applying the BP pressure in the late game. And the Vanquisher is the choice for the Lehman, which does make a lot of sense. It's a very solid weapon choice at this point. And these Terminators are doing this because he wants to tie him up. I don't like this. It's just really not good for the Terminators right now. Oh, there isn't. The Predator's got a las cannon. Wow. Actually, that Lehman goes down, so that was... he's going to lose the Predator for it, but... damn. The Wingblade really did not have much in that case, and that is more expensive than the Predator, so... yeah, this looking pretty good. He's actually tied them up. The Predator might get away. He's using a rocket run. These Terminators are incredibly low. They might drop a model. They did drop a model, but they're still not dead. They're so close to being dead, but there is nothing here to kill them. SpaMar escaping with both the Predator and the Terminators, whilst Wingblade loses his tank. This everything was hinging on this, and it looked so decisive. Suddenly it looked as if SpaMar was just going to throw away his Terminators just willy-nilly, but actually there was a much greater play at work. And oh no, that poor guardsman. He's just dying from that last tick of Hell Fury damage. And finally he actually defends the VP with his Devastator, which is good to see. I like that. But now there's sort of silence as the end of the game draws near. Wingblade running out of options, upgrading to plasma guns on his Kassaken, but wondering if melters might serve him slightly better. Guess we'll find out. He's using his sprint. It does break suppression, but it doesn't grant suppression immunity, so I feel like he's used it a little bit too early. Although that was a nice grenade throw, we're going to see an orbital come down, and Wingblade just retreats. I'm not sure that he needed the retreat. But hey, here's what it is. But he goes for a cheeky cap right now. This tactical squad looking pretty low, but they are level 4, and these Stern Guard must be level 4 as well. It's pretty scary to deal with. Both of these Guardian squads are surely level 4 as well. Yeah. But these Stern Guard, just huge amount of health. These guys must be level 4. I think level 3. Kind of surprised. This Predator is level 3 already though. Bloody hell. This Predator just has done so much work in such a short window of time. Like again, this shot blocking thing is like so annoying. Like the position of it, it just covers so much of the screen. Completely unnecessary. The Terminators come back, and Wingblade, you really got to stop doing this. Oh god. No, don't lose them. Yes, they're cheap to reinforce, but Christ, the Kassaken aren't. You kind of need them on the battlefield right now. I keep hitting my mouse wheel. Gotta get my finger off it. Ooh, these stormtroopers incredibly low. They should get out of there alive. But these Terminators have done so much work themselves as well. And I'm really struggling to see how Wingblade can turn this game around. He's not going to... No, don't do this. You need these Terminators. They've been so good. What are you doing? Okay. Well, see, I'm not going to take my statement back, because I think I'm still right. I don't think there was really anything that Wingblade could have done to bring this game back. But SpaMar has just handed him an opportunity on a plate with that sacrifice from the Terminators. You know, I think if he hadn't done that, if he'd got them out of there, not got greedy, that would have been it. But what are these guys doing? They're not reinforced. I have to imagine that... Is he? He hasn't dropped. No, he calls down this squad, but he loses his level 4. Oh, he's gonna lose the Predator. He's gonna lose it? Oh my god. He loses the level 4 tax as well. He's down to 1 Predator. He doesn't even have a hero. He can't even cap. What the? Did he have like a brain aneurysm at the end of this game? Oh my god, SpaMar, I've never seen a throw quite like it. I mean, I've seen so many throws, and I've had so many games that I have thrown myself, but usually the throws kind of, you know, take like a solid 5 or 10 minutes to bear fruit. But within the space of, I think, 100 seconds, SpaMar has thrown away his entire army. First, marching the Terminators into base. Second, not reinforcing his level 4 squads. Third, just ignoring the advance of those stormtroopers. And fourth, well, I don't know. I just feel like he's had some amazing engagements and then just suddenly just sort of decided that, you know what, I'm happy where I am, and just kind of sat there, like here, the tax. I have to assume this guy is a bit of a newer player, but like his you know, his ideas are good. You know, he's had some good good ideas, but his execution has been a little bit wanting because he can't cap with his Predator, and Wingblade is just going to see the game out. And he even loses it in the end with no units on the field. And, well, what can you say? Very interesting game. Level 5 Inquisitor, level 5 Techmarine, who I think just had that master crafted bolt gun at the end. And he's Kassakin, level 3 by the end of it. Really surprised they didn't die. And these stormtroopers level 4, they escaped so many near-death situations. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, just completely crazy from Wingblade. How SpaMar handed him that game back, I do not know. Very unfortunate. I think he could have taken that one, and you know, if you are a newer player, then beating Wingblade like that would have been a pretty nice thing to brag about, given that he is kind of the reigning new champion, I guess. But anyway, I think that's an interesting look at what complacency can do, and I hope you enjoyed it.